forth to Exodus and Leviticus, and the law of Moses says don't sleep with those directly descended from your house. But even still, the 12 tribes that make up Israel, which Judah is one of, they typically kept it within that tribe. The Levites were considered to be the royal priesthood. This is why I don't believe the Jews and all that extra shit. People be like, I'm anti-Semitic. I'm not on some white boy, I don't like Jew. I'm not on that type of shit. Biblically speaking, the Jews who call themselves Jews are not who they say they are, based on Genesis chapter 10, verse 3. Ashkenaz descends from Japheth, not Shem. It's right there, plain as day. So the Ashkenazi Jews are not descendants from Abraham at all. Book of Genesis chapter 10, verse 3. Right there. It says it right there. They could have at least picked a name for themselves from somebody who descended from Shem, but no. So anyway, the whole thing about calling white people Jews based on their religion and not wanting to associate with them, Judaism cannot be a religion. It's not its own religion. Back when the Jews in the Roman Empire, they weren't even considered Jews. They were, but they weren't. It wasn't a religion. They were followers of a faith. The Christians, who weren't called Christians then, were followers of the continuation of that faith. Judaism comes from Judah. Judah comes from Yahudah. Yahudah was an actual descendant of the man named Israel, who was born Jacob, which means heel holder. His twin was Esau. Going back to the book of Leviticus, you can see that the only priesthood was the tribe of Levi, not Judah. The royal priesthood for generations to follow in the book of Leviticus and Exodus was said to be the Levites. Moses was not a Jew. He was a Levite. He started the Levitical priesthood, him and Aaron and their descendants. So when you can no longer find the Levites, because they were a part of the northern 10 tribes that were taken over by the Assyrians due to their idol worship and dispersed throughout who knows where, you cannot then come in as the tribe of Judah and say we have a religion called Jew. Your religion biblically cannot be named after your ancestor. Abraham was not a Jew. Isaac was not a Jew. Jacob and Esau weren't Jews. The descendants of the boy Judah were called Jews. It had nothing to do with religion. So this is where I'm coming from. When I say I understand it, but I know it's bullshit. That's why I say them Jews aren't Jews. It don't got nothing to do with Kanye West and what the fuck they got going on, or who the hell they say, or who's going on. No, I don't give a fuck about that. Biblically speaking, from their own book, they are not who they say they are. It doesn't have nothing to do with the synagogue of Satan. You could just add that in, but no. It's just a simple fact. The book of Genesis, chapter 10, verse 3, Ashkenaz descends from Japheth. Shem is where they get the term Sem. Shem is where they get the term Sem from, which spawned the Semitic languages. Abraham was Shemitic. He was a Semite. The Arabs, Semite. The Palestinians, Semitic. Ashkenaz, the Jew, they came from Europe. It says it right there in Chronicles.